You are the reserved and cool guy. You saw this bubbly lady that has a high spirit. You went to ask her out. Now you want to quench that spirit. On what grounds? Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Ayobami Esther Temidayo, and thank you for clicking on this one. Today we are discussing a very important topic: red flags in relationship. If you're new here, you're welcome. I film about family, love, and life conversations. Please subscribe to this channel and click on the bell icon so you get notified whenever there is a new video. Now, whether you're in a new relationship or you've been with someone for a while, it's important for you to look at these signs to be aware whether there is trouble ahead. Now, with that being said, let's get right into it. First sign here is lack of communication. Now, healthy relationships thrive on open and honest conversation. If you have a partner who goes defensive on you when you bring out an issue up or tries to sweep it under the carpet, now that is a red flag. You'd hear from people who are in happy relationships or people in marriages, that good marriages, that one of the things you will do the most in your relationship or in your marriage is to communicate a lot with your partner. Yeah, so if there is an issue on ground or there is a concern that you're raising, how confident are you or how comfortable are you bringing up that issue with your intended partner or your spouse now in marriage? If you find that there's an issue on ground and you feel very uneasy sharing it with your partner, or you feel like they're going to speak down on you, or it's one of those things that keeps reoccurring and you never really find like a breakthrough that particular issue, like you keep talking about it. 6 months ago we had that conversation, 3 months ago we had that conversation, currently we have that conversation, and it's like as much as I bring it to the table, we're still not finding a solution towards it. Now, that's something to look out for, because it's speaking that your partner is not teachable. It's a different thing where maybe you share, say the issue on ground now is an unhealthy spending habit, or the person's closeness to the opposite gender that you don't feel too comfortable with, right? You're on your rights, yes, you have, it's bothering you, so you have to communicate it to your partner. Yeah, but when you find that this issue is something that we keep talking about, we keep talking about it, and I'm not even seeing any positive change. It's a different thing when, okay, it's something that's hard for you to do because you formed an habit out of it, and it's not something that will just disappear over the night, right? But I should be seeing at least little significant positive changes. You can even share your struggles with me, that okay, I'm trying to get this thing done, say XYZ done, but right now I can confidently get just X done. The person understands that we are making progress with this. But when you find that the person, and this is a very, very manipulative behavior, where because you're trying to shut the person out, or you're just not comfortable with that issue being addressed, you keep telling your partner that, oh, don't worry, I've heard you, is it not change you want, don't worry, is it not my unhealthy spending habits, see, I will start spending on the right things, in fact, from henceforth. It's just, they're just trying to say these things to keep you quiet, or to make sure that you don't bring it up again, and that's a very bad signal. Because as a partner, be it a guy or a lady, you want someone who is teachable, somebody that hears word, someone that doesn't have coconut head. Let there be an entrance, and it's your ear, an entrance to your head where information where information goes through. You really want that, because it's going to be a struggle. I mean, if you intend to do 10, 20, 15 years with this person, you don't want to be unhappy, you don't want to have issues that will continue to remain unresolved, and that's where bitterness and resentment, brood into relationships. Because you find that we are talking about this thing over and over again. We had our first kid, we're still on this matter. We have our second kid, we're celebrating 15 years, we're still on this matter, and the other person is just being bitter because you feel like you're being shut out in the relationship, or that your opinion do not count. I believe strongly that one of the reasons you should date is to evaluate for marriage, right? So if you're looking at a long-term relationship, your dating phase is something that you want to sit with yourself and consider, do I want to do life with this person? I want to continue with this person who doesn't consider my opinion strong enough or valid enough. Sit down with yourself and have that conversation. If you're having a firm yes over everything you've talked about, then proceed. But if you find that you're quite shaky with your decisions, or you're not too confident about it, it's a very good time for you to review your relationship and how both of you can move forward on that. Another flag here is a controlling behavior, disrespect, and insult. Now, if you have a partner who wants to control everything about you and everyone around you, what you wear, who you relate with, people you talk to, where you go, Are you my daddy? Even my dad will not go that far. Like, healthy relationships should be built on trust and respect and never on control. Let me say that again. Healthy relationships should be built on trust and respect and never on control. If there's ever a need for control, it should be self-control. It should be me sitting with myself and telling myself that these are character flaws that you struggle with, and these are the measures we are going to put in place, right, to correct them. It is on me and not another person. It is not on you to tell me that I laugh too loud, or I play too much, I have so many male friends if you're the lady, or I have so many female friends if you're the guy. It is on the person. It is on the person. This particular red flag is a pointer to a manipulative person, because what they will try to do is to make you feel bad for who you are. Now, I understand that there is no perfect human being, right? So when you meet with your partner, when you begin a relationship with someone, there will certainly be things that they need to work on a personal basis, right? It is on you as a partner to at least let them be aware, because sometimes we may not be aware. Sometimes there are things that, you're familiar with that character, so it's not strange to you. But for someone watching you from outside or coming from the other end, the person observe and be like, no, this is a character flaw. It is on you as a partner to lovingly and respectfully tell this person that I notice you struggle with this. Do you think it's an issue? Hear the person out first, because the person can be coming from somewhere where it seems or it sounds very normal, right? But when you hear that person, your role as the partner here is to make the person at least aware of what is on ground. It is never on you to correct or impose the correction on that person. So yes, partner, it's okay for you to identify an issue and present it to the other person and say, okay, I've noticed this character flaw or this particular issue with you, and it is on them to work on it. It's not on, leave it there on that table that you present it, leave it there. It is on them to now say, okay, I value this person and I'm not going to take her opinion or her concerns for granted. It's not on you. I feel like that should even be a pointer to whether or not that person values you or values the relationship. And I want to speak on individuality. Why is the word hard? Individuality in relationships. You are the reserved and cool guy. You saw this bubbly lady that has a high spirit. You went to ask her out. Now you want to quench that spirit. On what grounds? You were very much aware of her character before you got into a relationship with her. So now she has to quench herself, or she has to feel she humble. Fear God. You should be as free and as authentic as you can be in your relationship. You don't have to be with a person who you have to dim your lights for or pretend to be in a certain way just because you're trying to please that person. At the end of the day, you're hurting yourself in the long run. If it's a long-term relationship you're looking out for, then that is not sustainable. Now, to speak on disrespect and insults, on no grounds on no ground should you tolerate constant criticism in a relationship. There's a thin line between correction and criticism, and correction is done in love. In fact, when the person presents this issue to you, you should be able to see or at least feel that this person wants good for me. You should be able to see that this person is interested and vested in me. When you are being criticized, you will know it from how the person talks about it. What the person is trying to do is to drown your spirit, is to drag you, is to make you feel bad after you have that conversation. And there's something you see in scriptures, especially in New Testament, where if believers gather together, one of the things that they should go back home with is feeling edified and encouraged. If at every point of contact we have or every conversation we have, I leave that conversation feeling bad about myself, feeling less worthy to be in a relationship with you, my love, see, love is not by force. If the person doesn't value you or respect you or belittles your opinion, please walk away. So if you see that in a relationship your opinion is not regarded at all, you are being belittled, your partner talks down on you, they insult and disrespect you, it's about time you evaluate your relationship. It's okay for you to let go of it and move ahead. There is better. There's light at the end of the tunnel. So let me quote one of my mentors. She will say, God still has sons. And if you're the guy, God still has daughters. You don't have to sit in a relationship all because you feel like there's no better out there waiting for you. If you strongly know that you're being disrespected, like if at the thought of your relationship you already feel exhausted, what are you doing there? The next red flag here is any form of abuse, be it physical or emotional or any other form that you know. If you ever feel threatened in a relationship, then what are you doing inside? What they did not tie your leg, please walk away. If you see your partner's call or you hear your partner's voice or you think of your partner and you are feeling scared, ha, don't you like yourself? Please walk away. I feel like this one should not even be overflogged, because your body should tell you you should not be here. Your mind should tell you that you should not be here. Scripture tells us that perfect love casts out fear. Go and sit with that assignment for the week. Go and sit with this word. Perfect love casts out fear. If you're scared and you call what you're doing love, then it's not love. Another red flag is isolation. This one, I call it a red garment, because it should be like obvious from afar, but sometimes you don't see it. Now, if you step into a relationship with a person and the person all of a sudden has a problem with every other relationship you have prior to his or her coming into your life, that particular person is the problem. If you observe that your partner is trying to isolate you or take you out of communities that are speaking voice over your life, and by that I mean that these are people who over time you can even share stories of how, because of their influence over you, you now do better and you're a better person, then it's obvious, walk away from that person, because the person doesn't want good from you. And this is what I feel like this video should be should be titled manipulation. Like, it's just screaming manipulation all around. People who are manipulative who want to excommunicate you first from your safety net, because they know that whenever there's trouble on ground, you have people you can run back to, and who will speak sense into you, right? So they'll want to isolate you and then now begin to demean you or speak to you in a condescending manner, that you now begin to feel like you're not worthy or you don't even deserve to be in that relationship. And since they are the only one who accepts you, you just have to stay. That's manipulation. So move away or walk away from relationships that isolate you. All of a sudden they have a problem with you talking to your parents, they have a problem with you meeting with your friends. Everybody in your life is an issue except them. They are the issue. So here is it. Healthy relationship should encourage outside connections. I should not be isolated, or I should no longer have friends and speak with family members because I'm now in a relationship with you. Because who will attend our wedding? And who will my children call big uncle and big auntie when you scattered my friendships and my relationships? You deserve better. You should have better. Another red flag here is lack of support. You should be with someone who cheers you on and supports your dreams and aspirations. That tells that they want good for you. If you're with a partner who constantly looks down on your dream, who doesn't validate your aspiration and all of that, then it is obvious that they don't want good for you. They don't want you to progress with what you have. So if, for instance, you share, maybe you're running a business and then you share something you want to do with your business or even with your career, the least they can do, even if they don't have a full grasp on what you're talking about, say maybe you did not communicate it well enough to them, but the very least they can do is to be excited about the idea. Much later we can discuss about technicalities, what can work and what can't work, but at the hearing of this news, you should be at least excited about it. You should at least share the idea on and not kill the dream that I'm trying to birth inside of me. So your partner should be someone who supports you. So there you have it, 5 red flags to look out for in a relationship. Remember that your dating phase is a phase of evaluation and not a path into a permanent relationship. So yes, you can still work out of it if you have to. Now with that being said, thank you for watching this video. Please like this video, subscribe to this channel, and I would like to hear from you in the comments. What other signs do you consider to be a red flag in relationships? If you found this video helpful, please share with your friends. I believe they'll find it helpful as well. And until next time, keep shining as the light that you are.